Well, happy Epiphany to you. This is the day that you can take down your Christmas decorations if you haven't already done it. This is the traditional day for taking them down. It is Friday, January 6th, 2023, and it's just a little after 8 a.m. on the east coast of the United States, where it's back to 37 degrees outside and only supposed to go up into the low 60s. The last few days it was up near 80. This is crazy weather here. But it's crazy, but this is common. This is very usual. So what I'm going to tell you about, I learned in the last couple of years, which is if you enjoy a certain kind of coffee and you buy, maybe several sleeves of it so you'll have it, what I learned is go ahead and drink it when you'd like to. Don't, deprive yourself and save it up. And I'll tell you why. Okay, here I've got, I already have a spoon in here. Any dust? Okay. Here I've got the raspberry holiday coffee that came out this year from Nespresso. And I'm going ahead and I'm enjoying it every few days. Well, sometimes several days in a row. And this is why. Last year and a couple of years ago, some coffees came out that I really liked, and I knew they were limited editions. So, well, the first time I didn't buy enough, thinking they'd be available longer. And then the next time I bought a bunch. And anyhow, I ended up with, thinking, oh, I'm going to save this up for special occasions. But I never could decide what was a special occasion. And by time I finally started drinking the coffee, I had a little bit lost my taste for it. Now, you may say, oh, I will never lose my taste for this raspberry or pumpkin spice cake or peppermint or gingerbread or, hazelnut or whatever the special coffee is. You might. There are some things, okay, like if I didn't eat chocolate for a really long time and then I had some, I don't think I would have lost my taste for it. There are some things that just are, lifetime loves. But then there are other things that maybe are acquired tastes, and your tastes can change over time. I'll give you an example. When I first got my Nespresso, actually the first machine I got was this big one, the Vertuo, and I really, really liked the Intenso coffee. Well, do you know what? Probably for the last year and a half or so, I don't like it anymore. I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. So, these things happen. Your tastes change. I think especially with coffee, as you try different coffees, your palate just becomes more, attuned to different things. And anyway, so I'm enjoying my raspberry coffee now while I have it. Actually, up in my cabinet, I still have some pumpkin spice cake from, maybe 2 years ago. And I still have some in my coffee drawers. Now, I have redeveloped a taste for it, but for a while there, I tasted it, it was like, eh. So that can happen. You don't want to be stuck with, 10 boxes of some kind of coffee that you no longer like. Of course, the way things go these days, I personally don't like this, but I guess if you're an extreme capitalist, you might go for it, which is people will buy up coffees and then wait until there's a demand because there's a scarcity, from Nespresso, and sell them for greatly inflated prices. And I don't like that, but people do it. It works for them. I'm not going to pay $30 for one capsule. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that online, even worse. Anyhow, I can just smell the raspberry. Oh my gosh. Now, this is one other thing I'll just tell you about real quick. So, everybody says to me, oh, you should use half and half. You should use heavy creamy coffee, whatever. If I buy half and half, I buy it in these little mini moos. The easy open dispenser. Let's see here. To open, lift tab and pull carefully. Okay. Which tab? It's pointing to this one. Anybody else ever have trouble with these? All right, there's that. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I overthink these things. Okay, lift tab. Gee whiz. I'm gonna put it all in a bowl anyway. Golly. As I was saying, I buy these mini moos, and the reason that I buy them is that if I were to get myself a little carton of half and half, the thing is that I would dump a whole lot more than this amount into my coffee. Oh, and I'd enjoy it. But it's kind of like, if I have to do it this way, little container by container, it gives me a chance to stop and think, oh, wait, how much of this fatty stuff do I want? Because this, let's see. Okay, there's 1 gram of fat in this, but, I could easily put 4 or 5 in here. And I usually have at least 2 cups of coffee a day, 2 regular, and then decaf if I have more the rest of the day. I just, the problem is, if you indulge a little here, and a little there, and a little there, and you keep doing a little, it adds up. So I try to sort of ration myself and not have, not use the carton. It's kind of like buying, let's say, Oreos in 100-calorie packets, which is probably like 2 Oreos or something, versus buying a whole package of, whole bag of them. If I bought a whole bag of them, I'd probably consider a serving to be an entire sleeve. Yeah. So if I wanted Oreos, I'd be better off buying them in those little 100-calorie packets. Then that would give me time to think, okay, I've had 100 calories. What do I really want to have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 calories worth? So, mentally, these things help me, and ultimately physically. Okay, cheers. So good. So good. I really hope that Nespresso makes this raspberry a year-round flavor. Anyway, this is just how I do things. Everybody has their own way of doing them, but I figured I'd share with you, in case maybe it might be an idea for you. So I hope you have a good day. Make good choices.